Hello everyone and welcome to my stream. Today we are celebrating the last stream of the Cloud Gaming Championship Summer 2022 before going to the finals. And with me I have a special guest, and it is the one and only Adam J from Crayta Games. How are you doing, Adam? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, doing well, mate. You right?
Good. Yeah, so today is pretty exciting. We are going to do some reactions, yes, from Crayta, from the championship, which is pretty cool. But before that, actually, we're gonna go ahead and ask a few questions, because we're pretty interested about Crayta Games and see how it's how it's working around there. And chat, if you have any questions for Adam, also feel free to let us know. And before we go to that, though, I'm just gonna go ahead and just say hello to everyone in the chat. We've got John saying bonjour, Morgan Live, Guten Abend, John again, Rudix, Zarina, Gizmo Duck. There's a lot of German, and this one, Gizmo Duck is also from Austria, so very cool to see of German competing time around. We got
a lot of international. I love this.
Exactly, yes. Eli Levy. We've got Jeff Dignac from all the way to Canada.
Hey Jeff.
Oh yeah, you're familiar with Jeff. Very
I know Jeff, yeah.
Yeah. Eli again. Got Sean Bump. Yes. Eli's like, bring back Vivi, of course. Eli, I already have a question. Okay, so let's get that out of the way, because that's not gonna happen.
And you give me limited coins.
Yeah.
The cheek of it.
Exactly.
Well, you don't ask, you don't get, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if he's if he gets to be a developer of Crayta, maybe he can get that kind of perk.
Yeah, exactly. You have to earn it.
Exactly. So Adam, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself in general?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Adam, also known as AJ, within the Crayta community Discord often. I'm one of the community managers, so there's a few of us, but my job mainly is the sort of first point of contact. So if you come to our Discord or Facebook group, I'm probably the first person that will chat to you. It's my job that all our creators and players are having a great time and know it pretty much. I've become a bit of an encyclopedia for everything that's been made on Crayta at this point. If you name a game, I can pretty much tell you who made it.
Oh wow, that's very exciting. I've noticed, yes, that you're very active on Facebook also. Like, you make all of the announcements on there, so you keep it pretty active, so I like that.
Yeah, new channels and stuff like that. It's a lot to keep on top of.
Yeah, exactly. And for the people who doesn't know, can you tell us a little bit of Crayta, what the game is about, and what do people do in the game?
Yeah, of course. So it's kind of there's sort of two sides to it. So Crayta in its base is a game creation platform within the game. So we provide with tools. We've got voxel tools and meshes and assets for you to make any sort of game that you want. Anything that you can think of, pretty much. If you want it to be 2D UI based, or you want to do an adventure sort of fully fledged game, pretty much anything is possible. But on top of that, it's also a gallery of games. So people then post them for the community to play. So if you're not feeling creative, you just want to come along and have a little play, then there's so many games available. So it's kind of got two sides to it. Most people do both. I think people are often scared to come in and try it out, but actually it's very simple to get started. Once you get it, you've got so much that you can do with it, and it's one of the easiest creation platforms I've ever seen, to be honest.
Very nice. So it's kind of like Mario Maker, but except you can do everything instead of being limited to anything, right? So I really like that. And from what I've seen, you can also like play around with some coding, which makes it even more versatile.
So yeah, because although it's an easy thing to get into and to start off, like even the most basic level creator can make something, there's also a really high ceiling. So you could we code in Lua, Lua's the main language for it. So there's actually if you do have those skills and that sort of technical ability, you can go to really, really like insane ability and stuff. There's no like limit to that.
Wow.
Apart from there's a few platform obviously limits and stuff like amount of entities and such like that. Generally, as you would imagine. But in terms of what you can actually make, if your skill is kind of the sort of end point of that. And we've got a lot of creator programs, so we reward our creators in lots of different ways. Through monthly competitions, which is just open to anyone, and we've also got we've done like lift-off stuff where we've got like devs to come on board, and we also did a program for people. We paid them monthly. Some of our top creators were paying monthly, so people's skills were well rewarded.
That is very cool, and I wasn't aware that it was done on Lua. So guys, what's interesting in that is that Lua is actually a gaming development coding language. So if you start, if you're interested in starting to code, Crayta would be perfect because Lua is actually a great coding language for gaming. So I advise that. So in Crayta, I've noticed some people with some special costumes and things like that I didn't have. So I was wondering, how do you unlock these types of costume in the game?
Yeah, they're sought after, some of these things. They're really sought after. So there's been multiple ways. It's kind of changed over time. Sometimes you'll see some that are a little bit more hard to get hold of. So the main way is that we've got, as someone mentioned about the Crayta coins, we do have an in-game purchase that you can buy. And every day in the store, it will refresh with different things. And that's where you can buy your outfits, your drones, your sprays and such like that. We also have a free battle pass every season, which is out every 3 or 4 months or so. And that's 50 levels of cosmetics. And once that battle pass is over, they're less likely to come back. They're sort of very contained in those seasons. We will bring them back sometimes, like similar to what other games do. We have like anniversary events, and so they might come back into the store, or there might be some. We just had a summer sports event. Did you take part in that at all? The summer sports 22?
I did not, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So we had some. So we had a couple of new skins in that, but also a couple of resurfaced ones. So it's kind of, you got to keep your eyes out because sometimes things come back. But the ones you've seen that you probably have never got are probably from some much older seasons.
Okay.
Where we've not quite brought them back yet, and we're sort of keeping them special. But yeah, keep your eyes out. We're going to be doing more stuff where that stuff will start to resurface in different ways. Yeah,
definitely. And so the battle pass, I'm very intrigued. How does it work? Because the game is just that you play people who created games. So how do you level up? How do you get experience with the battle pass?
It's a really good question. So we've got 2 ways that we've put in. So you've got what we call creator challenges. So they're set by the creator. We do have some sort of default ones, but the creator can set them up to whatever. So say, for example, they have a farming game. They could code it in, say every time you pick something up, like pick some part of your wheat up or whatever, you'll get some XP. Or maybe it's more of a higher challenge. Maybe it's like, pick 10 in a day, or buy this particular item, and they can sort of shuffle, and they can have up to 3 a day. So you can kind of jump from game to game and see what 3 challenges they've got that day, complete them, and get XP. But what we realized is that people were doing that and just going through and just completing those challenges, right? So once they've done 3 challenges, they wouldn't continue. So what we introduced a couple of seasons ago is activities, which is much smaller things. So rather than like an achievement, it's like the little things. So everything that you buy, everything that you pick up, if you run a certain distance, every race you complete, you get a little sort of trickle.
Okay.
So just for people who really enjoy that one, some people like jumping across, some people like that one game that they sort of will play constantly. It still gives them the XP that they're looking for to get across the battle pass.
That's very nice. And so if people are into achievement hunting, they can basically have a place to do infinite amount of achievements. I really like that. So,
and you can gain like achievement rings that you can unlock for each game as well. They level up.
Okay, that's cool. So you mentioned Crayta coins previously. So what are all the things you can do with Crayta coins that you purchase in the store?
Yeah, so it's basically the only really thing that they're really available for is to buy cosmetics. Okay. They're not. There's no pay to win. There's no anything like that. It is purely just for those extra little cosmetics to make you feel like you've got that really cool thing in the game. So We use them to buy outfits, drone, emoticons, sprays, the dances that you see. You can get those. But in terms of like assets, creation, assets, stuff like that is all available to everyone completely for free. The battle pass is free. It's purely just for that little extra bit. If you're like, oh, actually, I've seen something in the store, that'd be really cool. That's going to be my outfit, and we've got that available for you.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a good way to support the game in general, guys. So definitely, take a look into the Crayta coins. So Crayta was created by a company called Unit 2 Games Limited. So do you know how the studio was created and where the idea of creating Crayta came about?
Yeah, of course. So I wasn't actually here at the beginning. I joined about a year after Unit 2 Games was formed. But I do know the history. It's really cool. So Unit 2 Games was actually made for Crayta. It's the only game Unit 2 Games has made, and that's what it was made sort of for. And the reason was because there was 20 or so people at the start, and they were all part of a company before that called Radiant Worlds, and they were making, I don't know if you've heard of the game Sky Saga.
I'm not too familiar, no.
You might not, yeah, but it was another UGC platform they've been working on, and unfortunately the publishers pulled it. It wasn't happening anymore, so the studio wasn't making that game anymore, and they all felt a really nice way that our publishing director, our head of publishing puts it, is that there was unfinished business in the world of UGC gaming, and so they all were like, let's get back together, let's have a new platform. And that's, Unit 2 Games was made to create Crayta, yeah.
That is very cool, and I mean, it must have taken a lot of work creating a platform like that, because it's like a platform within a platform. So it's very impressive. Jeff has a question. I'm not sure if it makes sense to you, but I'll put it on. He says, how was it working with Mr. Zuckerberg creating this? Oh, because yes, Crayta is on Facebook, right? Obviously.
So we were very, very fortunate. I only had a small part in this, but we were very, very, very fortunate. He was interested. His team were interested on getting him to actually play the game and create something himself. And he recreated some of the Hacker Square, which is in their HQ in LA. And he was doing it with my colleague Russ and two of our top creators, Dry Coast and Kay, whose some of their games are some of the best we've got in Crayta. And they worked with Mark, and I think I saw one of them, or maybe both of them, chat in your chat actually. They've got an eye on you, and they said it was an incredible experience. I mean, someone as unbelievably famous as he is playing our game was something very cool to see. And it was a really nice sort of moment for us going onto Facebook Gaming to have CEO of Facebook play it. Yeah, really cool.
Absolutely, and it's very nice having that on multiple platforms, just because it's such a it's kind of like a tool more than a game, right? So it's very, very good to bring more people to play the game. So let me just go back here. So Crayta was released on July 1st, 2020. July 1st is Canada Day. It's a holiday here in Canada. So how was the reception for the game back then? And how is the reception now with the Stadia community?
I mean, like I said, I wasn't here right at the beginning, but I know that so much of that core community who were there before the game even launched on Stadia, when it was just sort of news, that it was coming, there was core community thinking about what to do, and they're still with us. There's so many users that are still with us from that day, that are still creating, still doing really awesome stuff. And so they're really passionate, they really care about it, and I think they loved how accessible it was, how much we care about making it for, as open to as many people as possible. And we always say that it's about standing on the shoulders of giants, so you can sort of use packages and such. And even now, we've launched on Epic Games, we've launched on Facebook Gaming, but those Stadia players have stayed so loyal to us, and are still we've got a really, really good base of players there, and we really they're obviously where we started, and we are so thankful to them. And, without being on Stadia, we wouldn't, and the success that they had there, we wouldn't have got to where this is now. So it's really nice to see these people still sticking around. And the most thing I'm really impressed by is I think a lot of communities when it starts on one platform can get scared of change, especially for a UGC platform. And something I'm so proud of the community is that they've really rolled with the changes and been excited about it, which, you know, we are as well, because we see it as devs. But I think it can be scary for users, but they've really run with it and just been like, this is great. This is new players that are coming along. They've not been like, oh, but we're, you know, it was for Stadia. They've been like, that just means more players. That means more creators. That means they wanted the best for Crayta. And I think that's really, really wonderful to see in your community.
Yeah, it's very nice to hear that you got so much support from you know, Stadia itself and the community. So, and that helped you guys into expanding into more places. So it's very cool to see that happening.
It's a really nice community on Stadia for sure.
So now let's go with more personal questions. So you said that you know pretty much every game created on Crayta. Do you have a favorite one out of every?
I've been thinking about this. I'm one of those people where my favorites will sort of change over time, right? So I'll sort of have a favorite of the moment. At the moment, I really, really, really love. There's a game called Let It Grow. It's by the users Jebby Alex and Vargath, and it's a really simple concept but done so well. You just build up a guardian, and you choose to chop it down, or you can sort of just trim it, and it will grow back later. And you can sort of choose where plants to go, and the more you sell, the more you can decorate. And it's honestly just so relaxing, like, because this job can be so crazy. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna go look after my garden.
Awesome. Yeah.
And it's just a really simple concept, but they've just done it. They've thought of so many aspects of it. That's my favorite sort of game at the moment of all time. Oh, that's a good question. It's gotta be. I do really like, because you've been playing Ninja Warrior.
Yes.
So some of Ekorok's games are some of my favorites, and he's got some really, really popular ones. Rainbow Racer and Hyperspace Runner are really, really hugely popular of his. But he did this game once called Strange Angles, which was just a simple shooter, but it was only done in one voxel style. It was like a white outlined voxel. And all the maps were kind of like overrolled with each other. And I've always had a real soft spot for it because it's such an interesting style design. And it was just a quick like 3v3 shooter. But it was just such a cool concept because everyone sort of goes with all the meshes and I just really liked how minimal it was. And it just felt really very satisfying to play.
That is very nice. Man, I need to go back to Crayta. It's actually been a while since I haven't been there. It seems to have changed a lot of games that I'm not aware of. So I'll have to jump back. I had some fun with Jeff though. I did some play time with Jeff and really enjoyed it.
It's really got everything for whatever you're sort of looking for. So if you're looking for something really funny party game, like to have a laugh with, there's so many of them. If you want to do like a more serious tournament style stuff, those things exist. It's really really versatile.
I really like the game where you have to disguise yourself as an object, I think.
And
someone has to like find you, and that was a really fun one. It was kind of like it gave me like the Among Us type of vibe where you have to like hide and figure out where everyone is. So yeah, that was one I really enjoyed. So I'm assuming that you've played the Ninja Warrior level.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the level itself? Did you finish it?
I did finish it.
Okay.
So the first time I played it, I think it took me 17 minutes, I think.
Wow. Impressive.
Which isn't so bad. I thought it was pretty bad at the time, but I've seen some other people that have actually really sort of gone there. I think it was like 17, 20 minutes, but I have screamed at a game like that in so long. And seeing like I have had a look at some of your streams, you showing some of the runs, not massively. I wanted to be nice and surprised.
Yeah.
But I did see one where someone saw a cheat, a little trick, and I'm so bad at finding those. I'm quite lawful when it comes to obbies. I'm like, no, I will do the obby as the creator intended.
Yeah.
Never to my benefit.
Yeah.
I'm always the one like, oh great, I guess I'll just but yeah, so it's very difficult, but it's definitely his most difficult, I think, that he's made.
Yeah.
Ekorok's normally very good at making them visually beautiful but achievably good obbies. Whereas this one, he just went, you know what? I'm gonna make it so hard.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, so with the tournament, the thing is that these guys, they try to be the best, right? So they really try to break the game, find like any ways to make it as fast as possible to be the first. And it's very impressive to see, you know, what they can do. And as you know, this is what's happening. Now I'm just curious. It's not part of the questions, but I'm very curious. What is the hardest game you've ever played on Crayta? Do you know? Do you have a?
Oh, so there has been a small trend recently of people making games that are, you remember in the old sort of website games, sort of, and then people would make games that were purposefully hard, that were like rage quit games. So someone has recently started making some things like that, and I want to say it was the creator Mechanized. I'm going to see if I can find the name of it. It was, but there's been some that are just, it was a jam game, and it was, you just had to run along as a side and sort of jump at the right time, and it got spikes. If someone in the chat knows what I'm talking about. But you sort of go along as I think it's just as a block, and you jump, but then you had to jump. If you didn't jump at the exact right time, you were dead, and it restarted.
Oh my god!
And that one, I have not got that far in that one. Astro Jumper, thank you. Someone's in chat has said Astro Jumper. That is a hard game. So that's by Aries Carries. So I was thinking of a different game.
That's noted. Yeah.
It's a really, really hard game. So much fun. Like, it's one of those like that. And another person that we used to have, a creator who's used to make purposely hard games called Boop.
Raiko was saying that.
Oh, he just said it.
Parkour. Yeah.
So he did this game called Darkcore, which was a parkour game like in almost pitch black. Like, you basically had to kind of guess where you were going.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
And there was a couple of jump scares in it, which almost just made you just throw the computer across. Like, that was hard. I managed to finally finish that, but there are, if you ever do another one and you want to do a hard obby for people trying to go into Darkcore 2, they are, like, man, he's so good at getting that game. He was making you want to rage quit. He loved that feeling of like raging people. Yeah, he loved it. He would like watch people. He'd make us play it on stream so he could see our reactions and everything. Yeah.
Well, Boop better watch out, because AJ plays their games, and he might get banned out of Crayta. So they better watch out. That's funny. All right, so Adam, if you're ready, let's go ahead and watch some of these live events. And
I'm excited.
Yeah, what we'll do here is we'll start by showing you. So we had a side quest in the challenge where you had to finish the run, like intentionally, like without breaking the game, like without any bugs. So I decided to put two of them here, and the first one is with David Wilson. So
this is a lawful run.
This is how you're actually supposed to play. Oh wait, no, that's not the one.
Oh no, he's gone back.
He's going back. Okay, that's why.
He was like told, "Oh, I can't do it."
Wait, no, I can't do that. He's trolling a little bit, but but you're right. Like it's how it's intentionally supposed to be done. So we'll see how good he does. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there eventually.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Trying to find that point at which it happens. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to find the exact point at which it resets.
Yeah. Oh, you think so? That could be it. Yeah. Or maybe he's just having fun. Yeah.
Or maybe just having a great time. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see him start pretty soon. I kind of remember this him doing that there.
This
part. Yeah.
You're gonna get that running start maybe. I love this outfit so much.
Yeah. Oh man, let's go.
Is this one of the chaotic ones?
Yeah, I think he starts back somewhere. So maybe that's not the run.
Oh, there's a couple. Yeah, I see there's a couple of things.
Maybe that's the one. I'm not sure, because he is not doing it. Let's just continue here and see how it goes.
Okay,
but,
no worries.
Because right now he seems to be doing it properly.
This bit is the bit that I can't do when they do that sort of jumping around, and it's so hard.
Yeah. For me, so you said it took you 17 minutes the first time, which it's pretty impressive because for me it took me about half an hour to do so.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty impressed. You're trying still to take a little bit of a shortcut because you can skip some of the polls here, but you struggle a little bit.
Yeah, see, this is why I always, this is why I'm more lawful, because in my head I'm like, often the tricky ones are more risk, right? It's high risk, high reward.
Yes.
So I'm all like, if I go the right way and do it right the first time, it sort of overall kind of...
Yeah, and I know what you mean, and what happened is that when you do it the first time, you try to do it properly, and then
when you go back, yeah,
when you start spending more time, right, you start practicing these little. Oh, there you go, he did it.
Hey,
nice.
on a roll. Oh,
he was trying, but yeah, he failed. Here you go.
So Echo the creator did notice that this is a bit of a bug. The dying in the water. Normally, what happens is you sort of float at the top.
Oh.
There's a strange bug, and he hasn't updated it in a little while, and I think it's just one of the recent updates. It's kind of done this weird kind of. Yeah, so you kind of saw it there. You kind of ragdoll in the water normally, but.
So is it a bug in the specific game, or is it a bug in Crayta?
No, it's a bug in this specific game. It might just be something to do with the way the respawn is happening, but
interesting.
Because we haven't seen it in any others, just this one, but.
Okay.
This is the thing with the UGC platform. You have to sort of constantly sort of maintain it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because obviously we need to make updates, we need to make changes to stuff to make the game better. But it's part of the fun in a way.
Yeah.
The pose.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that last time. But he's just doing a pose, Like, he's that good, right? Like, he's always taking his time, doing some poses. Yeah. So, Rudix in the chat says, this looks tough. And yes, I think me and Adam can agree that it's a pretty tough challenge. It's
so, like, my thumbs would hurt afterwards, because I was trying to do it on controller.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, this bit in particular, you have to go right then left, like, immediately. And because you're putting so much tension in your hands to do it quickly, you, like, sort of, like, relax them, and you're like, ha ha ha.
Most of these obstacles, I always feel at the first time that it's not possible. I'm like, is this a joke? Is it real? And then, like, you realize, you know what? It's actually doable.
When there's one coming up that I was like, it's not doable. They've trolled me. Like, I've got this far.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that was a crazy shortcut.
There's a really, this bit, I was so sure that this was impossible.
Right.
I was like, no, it's not doable. You can't get around there. You can't jump that fast. And then they're like, oh, you just slide down. I was like, oh.
So when you upload a Crayta game, do you have to finish it first for it to be valid to upload?
No, you can just be whatever.
So you could troll someone if you'd like to.
You could definitely troll someone. But obviously in terms of like stuff like that, like we do some featurings and we obviously do award winnings and stuff. And when we do those, we obviously test them and judge them. So if you want to because there are so many games, if you want your game to be played, aside from luck, if you want the featuring or the award winning, you're not gonna trolling people. You're probably not gonna get either of those things. Although, unless you're intentionally doing it, one of our creators, Vilva, created a game called Troll Lobby.
Oh my gosh!
Which I highly recommend. Which is basically every section of the obstacle course is not exactly what you thought it would be. So you're kind of tricked into doing something. It's very funny. I think it was the first game they made with us, and has now made so many awesome games.
Wow.
And it was really, we were like, we've seen stuff like that on other platforms, but no one had tried to do it in Crayta yet. And it was really cool to see. I mean, it's quite. I quite like it when it's on purpose. When they're like,
yes,
you're having fun with them as well.
I watch a lot of Mario Maker stream actually, and that's probably why I compared it. Not too long ago, and there are people who does troll levels, and it's so funny, right? Like the intentional way is just not what you're supposed to do. You're so inclined to go exactly where it's telling you to go that you do it, and then you fail immediately, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, there's something really fun with that, and I think when it's done in a way that you want your players to enjoy it, there is such a skill in that. Like, because you want it to be like satisfying when you finally get it, rather than just like, well, that was just annoying.
Yeah.
You know, there's a fine line between the two.
Yeah.
Which is really fun to get. And also, whatever you do, there's always some people that are going to like that kind of thing, and some people not.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's struggling with this bit, isn't he?
Yeah, and Vilvelas in the chat is saying, "I hate this part." So yeah, it can be very hard.
This is not a good. Well, it's a very good part, it's so mean because it feels so doable. This is almost the opposite of what we were saying, where it doesn't feel doable. Like you look at it and you're like, surely I can make that gap.
Just a small gap.
Like, yeah, it's a small gap, and then you're just like every time you're like, ah. You're more angry at yourself than you are the obby.
Yeah, exactly. So Jeff Gingat here says that Bryant from Nerf Report has created a few fun games, so you must be familiar with Bryant then.
Yeah, Bryant's one of our sort of very early on creators, which is really cool, and it's been really nice sort of seeing, like, as he first joined us, and he was also starting out as a streamer and such. Ah, they did it! Sorry, I just got really excited.
Awesome, yeah.
And he's grown quite a lot in that time as well. But yeah, so he created The Floor is Lava, and there's also a game, I forget what it's called now, where you basically just it's very simple concept. You just have to climb a mountain.
Okay. I think I played that one.
Yeah, it's just like a big white sort of snowy mountain.
Yes.
You just have to climb it.
Kind of a time
it was back in the days when our features were, we were sort of just come out, and so. But yeah, he was sort of one of our early sort of quite big popular games, alongside some like factory like Wes and Slater, who made Factory. Oh god, what was it called? Not Idle Factory Manager. Factory Manager Tycoon.
Oh.
Mega Factory Simulator.
Cool.
So they were sort of like alongside some of the biggest games at the time.
That's very interesting. So David ended up with a score of 8 minutes, which is still pretty impressive. Doing the whole thing without any bugs.
Yeah.
But now let me show you the first place of the side quest. So this person here called Bump attempted this run without doing any glitch. So let's see how it goes.
Without doing any glitch. Okay.
Yeah. He can take shortcuts though, as you can see.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's just a case of it's like not intended. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
That's
doing...
good. I mean, this is quite impressive, that first jump. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. He's not...
Oh my god, the speed. Okay.
He's not switching over his camera. He's using mouse and keyboard, which helps him a little bit more.
I was like, there's no way.
Like, if he doesn't get that... Oh my gosh, he's restarting completely. So I guess this was not his original run. Let's see.
So I guess he's like... or they're like... what's it called? Perfectionists. They must get the...
Yeah, and the thing is that his best record, I think, has no kills. So now he has no choice but to not drown at all.
I see. So in order to beat it, he knows, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So as soon as you die, you might as well just... Oh wow.
He has some amazing skills. Crazy.
It is the camera changing is like not changing is mad. Ooh,
yes,
ooh,
exactly.
Whoa.
Shortcuts everywhere. He's changing his camera a little bit, but he's always looking up front,
Yeah. It's like slightly down as well. See, this was my tactic, because some people were doing it sideways. I was like, no, I looked in. That was my tactic.
Here he's not switching his camera, and he's just pressing WSWS to get in there.
Oh no!
It's too bad.
That's right. He might keep going. I would keep going. That was a quick death. That's fine.
Probably his best run. Yeah. Go.
Nice.
Jump. One shot.
Nice.
First try.
I also don't like this bit.
Yeah.
There's something about it that's just again. It seems so doable, but it's so like you got to get the momentum right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see how we do this one. Our last one. Oh, come on.
He makes it look so easy, right?
I was just like, yeah, it's just a jump, You just jump across it. Like, whatever. What's the problem?
Probably eating a sandwich at the same time,
Like, yeah, one-handed.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They can't even see.
Yeah. He's not looking. He's just like, yeah, let's do it. He knows the positioning and everything. It's crazy.
I wonder how many times they've done it. Oh, what is that? That was...
Here you go.
Madness.
So that was a run of 1 minute, and you know what? I'm not sure. I have the run.
I think
here.
it was like 138. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. 139, which is pretty awesome.
Without cheats as well.
Yes, without cheat. I think so. Like I'm not. Maybe we can run some kind of cheat program and make sure that wasn't the case.
I spend every day on Crayta. You can see, you can tell.
Nice. So now we're gonna jump into the regular runs. So keep people. The rule was that you can make it to the end without how can I say that? With any means. So basically, you can do any type of tricks. If you make it to the end, then you're good. So we're gonna go with Granite T-Rock. So as you can see, he's already skipping some stuff here.
We love some classic Crayta wear outfit as well.
Oh, is that a classic one?
Yeah, you start off with this one in 3 colors. You get this in blue, white, and this like yellowy orange color.
Very
and
cool.
that's the starting ones, but they're because it was our first ever outfits. I think they're just really.
I see. As you can see, T-Rock is taking a lot more his time. He's he's actually not dying. Well, he's actually not dying. So that's a good tactic too. I mean, if you take more of your time, then you might still get a better score. So never know. So here
I just can't believe people discovered this.
Yeah. At least, what's funny is that you can skip some of the hardest ones, so it makes it doable for the people who has a harder time with platforming.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I was like, why don't they just do that the whole way? And I'm assuming either it doesn't exist the whole way, or also there's points where you have to go. It gets blocked off, isn't there? So.
Yes. So you, like Vivi says in the chat, actually, he says you have to hit all of the checkpoints because if you don't. Then if you
it doesn't
hit the last
count.
one, it doesn't work. Yeah. So we couldn't
So
do that.
yeah. So and if the checkpoint's higher up and you can't get there, yeah. Clever.
Actually, after this run, I'm gonna show you one with Sean again, who attempted that, and we told him basically, like that's not a good run. You can't do that. And
you can't do it because it didn't count.
Yeah. He asked, like he didn't just do it and I'm done. No, he asked if it was possible, showed us an example. Then we told him no. Can't do that because the timer doesn't stop, so you have to continue.
Yeah, if it's not on the leaderboard, it doesn't count.
Exactly, that's what was decided. Jeff says some people this was their first experience with Crayta. Other like Doctor and David play every week, so know the controls which helps. Yes, definitely. So if you're not familiar with the platforming, like when you jump, there's actually like a small coyote time, and if you don't know the full coyote time, when to press it. That was my problem when I did my 30 minutes run. It was that I wasn't aware that you could jump a little bit further than the edge, so it was very helpful.
It's the hidden trick of Crayta is you've got a slight beat. Slight beat to jump where the jump still triggers. I think it's before the character knows it's falling.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. And once it's once the falling emotion animation kicks in.
Yes.
That's when you.
And it feels really natural. I really like that ability to do that because most platformers actually do that in reality. So it was a cool feature.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I think people have sort of mentioned, and we're like, it's actually it kind of helps out with a lot of things. Like, I mean, like this, for example, not be possible. Like, look at the ways. I think there's also an element of the collision boxes being ever so slightly, but of the actual character, like the base in which they stand. I think, but it makes other things. But it's something I've really learned is that. Because so many people who make these games, they see someone break it with a slight bug, and they're like, "Oh no, I need to go fix it." And actually, no, it's part of the fun. Like people like finding these, like moments that they can sort of hack the system almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they feel kind of like it's kind of like a treasure hunt almost that you can find these little special ways of doing things.
Yes.
And it's often not. There's the line between it being bug and actually a speedrun tactic.
Yeah, I understand what you mean because it's always when you find these little workaround as a speedrunner, you just find that because it's so useful and so hard to do, it just feels really rewarding.
Yeah.
So Granite is about to be done with his run here. Let's see how it goes.
It's mad that the person who didn't do the cheats got 1 minute or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So
1 minute 20.
So yes. So Granite finished with a run of 420.69.
Nice.
Yeah.
420 and 69. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So Granite says that you guys should put an achievement in Crayta. He mentioned that to make it so if you have a run of 420.69 to have an achievement popping out. So he asked me to tell you guys that, and
Exactly.
just a recommendation.
I have to make Echo Rock put that one in this one particularly for you.
There you go. All right, now let's go see some of the best run. Actually, before we do that, let me show you the run that was done where you actually couldn't do. Right here. Here. Back to the team. So this is what Bump tried. He was like,
okay.
You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it without reaching any checkpoint and see if it's valid.
Let's see what happens. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh wow, little crouch.
Crouching, yeah. I don't know if jump. Oh, you probably can't jump as high like that. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they've kind of figured it out here a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you can't get around that one either.
I guess not, eh? Like he's going ahead and trying a few of those.
Yeah, there we go.
It was like experiencing still. Like I think it was like the first day of the tournament.
Oh, nice. Okay, he's playing around with it.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's very good looking. The stage that he does, like you can see that he used a lot of different type of objects in the run, so it makes it very aesthetically beautiful.
Yeah, because like the actual obstacles themselves are pretty simple. Like you get it, like you stay on the white, you've got the black, the red, and the green. But then the actual decoration around the outside, I think some people sometimes forget that the environment that you can see but not be in is still really important.
Yes.
In a game, because like you never go outside, you're never sitting around those cars, those buildings, but it adds to the aesthetic and makes it more enjoyable to play a lot.
Exactly.
And Ekorok's a real star at that. See, yeah, he's got to the end, it doesn't finish.
He gave it a try, it didn't work. He still, asked us if it was possible, and we said no, you can't do it that way. So. All right. So next up we have Ryzak, which is from America, from USA, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And he's one of the pretty good players. He ended up very high in the final chart, in the top 16.
Oh, nice.
And he'll be competing in the finals.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So he's just going ahead,
How many rounds have you had so far?
So we had 4 weeks of games. Crayta was the 3rd week. And with that, we decided who's the top 16 finalists with we take the score together and figure that out. And when the finals come, we have 4 rounds with 4 games. And this is our 3rd championship. We started this last year.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very fun, and we've got the 4 games figured out, but we did not announce them yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, secrets.
Yeah,
Nice.
So keep a lookout. And who knows? What could it be? Could it be maybe another Crayta game? Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear that. I'll keep an eye out for that announcement.
Awesome. So yeah, Ryzak knows what he's doing here. Taking the shortcuts, jumping around. Here, he's skipping 2 at a time, which is very smart.
That's very clever. I think that's the one thing that I managed to just about get.
The thing you did, and you were proud that you were cheating, right? Like the
yeah,
only
I was like, yeah.
Yep.
This is really good.
Yeah, I can't. Wow, it's amazing. I don't know how they do that. They must have practiced so much.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
137. Next
Very
up
good.
is Vertigo to Stadia. I'm gonna say that every time, but they're all very good competitors. And Vertigo ended 4th place, I think, in the final. So
oh wow,
they're pretty impressive.
I love these outfits. This is a big popular one. This cat style outfit is really popular.
Oh, I like the hair color. It's a nice
Yeah.
aqua blue. Yeah.
I love that my favorite thing about Crayta is that you can do the hair stripes. So it's not just the hair color, but you've got like different types of stripes that you can put in your hair as well, which I think is a really nice touch. Feels really personal.
Yeah, I can see that. That's pretty cool. And I just saw someone in there with vertigo, so I guess you can have multiple people jumping in at the same time.
Yeah, so the minimum you can actually have at the moment is 4. The reason is for that is because we really sort of like to put people to think about having multiple players in your games and stuff like that. So minimum 4, maximum 20.
20? Wow. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah. So and then the creator decides that.
Okay. Yes, because some people at the end there was too many people trying to compete, and there were actually people who couldn't get in the game because probably the maximum amount of people was reached. That was unfortunate, but people were still able to get a run.
Nice.
It's doing pretty well. I noticed that the small blocks, he was skipping 2 at a time, not just 1. So it's pretty crazy.
That's an impressive risk.
1 minute 32, which was 5 seconds better than Ryzak previously, so very close to each other.
Yeah, I didn't need a single mistake on that one. Awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. And so at this point, it's mostly just trying to figure out these little things that gives you like the extra second, right? So it's very precise. So next up is 4K Classic, and he's one of the new contenders. I don't think that he participated in the other championship.
Okay.
And it's cool because he was there last championship. But what's cool is that he's very good at Wreckfest, and we had Wreckfest last championship. And then he just decided, you know what? Let me continue my games, and ended up actually being pretty good in all of these games. So pretty impressive.
Amazing.
Skipping one of these green bars.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Side.
I love the idea that they're all sort of like analyzing one another as well.
Yes. Oh, so instead of doing back forward,
this is a side. Yeah, different technique.
Yeah, pretty cool. They know exactly where to jump on the side, right? Like they remember everything.
Yeah. Very precise.
Yeah. It's my second time watching these, and I'm still like super, impressed by them.
I love that little side jump to the checkpoint. That shaves some nice seconds off.
Yeah. Oh, he took his time there. I guess he wasn't comfortable at
just a little moment, yeah.
So that probably what gave him that little second that didn't make him first place. So which was pretty crazy.
Oh wow, yeah, that really pushed it. Wow.
1 minute 25. Excellent. Now, we're jumping in with the, some of the top finalists here.
Okay,
cool. Mugen is 3rd place, I think, in the championship, or 2nd. Oh man, I can't remember completely. But that's a pretty cool outfit, actually.
This is one of my favorite skins. Yeah. It's such a simple idea, like to do a skeleton thing, but just something about seeing the character like mostly being able to see through them.
That's true. Yeah.
There's something about it that's just really cool. Yeah, the art team on this was part of our Cursed Galleons season, so very piratey. And the art team really puts beautiful details on these ones.
I was about to say that there was a lot of effort put on this specific skin. You can see there's so much detail in the bones and everything.
And even just like there's like barnacles on the shoulders and such. Like it's really like it's not just generic. There's a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah, there's some movements in there. I can see that. But you see that Mugen is very comfortable, right? Like look at
there's no pause.
Yeah. There you go. He knows where to go.
It's the skeleton seeing the skin. He can see more into the future.
Yeah. And they're more skinny, right? So they can fit into a tighter space, and that's probably his trick. Yeah. There, I had such a hard time because if you hold shift, you're not gonna grab the ledge, right? And I didn't notice that until like later in the game.
Got a toggle.
Yeah, exactly.
That was awesome.
1 minute 18 seconds. He's doing a little
victory dance. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And next up is, so those two last run are some of the most amazing run. Real Certified Doctor ended up first place in the championship. And the reason is because Bump did a good run on the first week, and this lowered down his score, but so it made Certified Doctor first place.
I see. So other games they sort of exceeded.
Yes. That's some cool boots. The lighting, it feels like they're flying when they're jumping, like jetpack style.
Something we've really kept true to throughout all the seasons, although they're so different from each other, is that the art team like to keep a sense of neon throughout everything.
Oh, I see.
So there's nearly always something glowing or in some way. And most of the time it's on the feet. You'll see each character has their own sort of color glowing on the feet. But yeah, there's always somewhere, and it can be anything. They really like to keep that it kind of ties everything together nicely.
I see.
Oh, wow, that was so fast.
Yeah, I know, right? He's pretty crazy. Vil Vala says it's a very rare skin. I guess this is one of the skins that was hard to get.
This is one of it doesn't come up in the store much, and it came out very early days. So and there's a few sort of color variations of it, and I think this is the rarest of the color variations. I think there's like a more browner one that's.
Oh, okay.
Let's say, but yeah.
Interesting. So before we go to the last run, Brandon has a nice question here. He's asking, do the glowing costumes help see in the dark missions?
They do actually have a little bit of a light source to come up to, but not hugely.
Okay.
They're more. It's more that you'll be able to see other people. So they don't sort of give off too much of a light source. But if you were to see another character in front of you, if they had more neon, you would see them. You would see more of that neon on them. So that it does glow in the dark, but it's not like a light source.
It's a good, it's kind of still have a good trick. It helps a little bit, but not enough to give an advantage to other players.
Yeah.
So I like that.
There's some games, like there's a game called Hyper Spice Runner 2D, which is done. You can only really sort of see the silhouette of your character, and I like to change to a super neon-y one then because you can see it better.
Very smart. All right, so let's jump into the last run, and so he is number 1 in the championship of week 3. He is number 1 currently in the leaderboard of Ninja Warrior. So, so you can see his score very fast, and very good player. He won 2nd place in the championship of the last one in the winter 2022. So very good player. He figured out things that he's not supposed to figure out, in a game and things like that. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm so excited to see the little bits that they shave off.
Exactly, right? So he's skipping so many parts.
Just slamming that space bar.
He knows where to go too, right? His camera is just looking down, and he's not even looking.
I wonder if that helps. I wonder if there's a reason for that.
It could.
Maybe you can see your feet clearer rather than in front of you. Oh wow!
Yeah. Skipping everything. I think he's the one.
It's just not. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, he's the one who figured out the border thing.
So,
really? Yeah.
Everyone followed suit.
Exactly. So.
Oh, so he didn't even do the skip there, but it doesn't matter. Too much momentum.
Yeah, I get there's a reason for that, and I'll explain after the run. So here he's skipping that. Jumping on
He
the
doesn't
side.
even know what's coming ahead. He knows that was coming ahead.
Here you're jumping 3 at a time. Pretty crazy.
Really want to know how many he did.
Yeah.
Of these to get this perfected.
Yeah. Man, he's just he makes it look so easy, right? You think, I can do that,
Like it's the easiest hobby in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So there you'll see him in the leaderboard.
My god, 1 minute 12.
And
wow,
he's the highest in the leaderboard. So if on Twitter you want to give people a challenge to beat that or something, it's gonna be hard. So
there's someone that would love to take that challenge. I know.
I would love to see that for sure. What are some of the best players of Crayta?
So this is the person I was just about to say. So we have this person called Ninetails.
Okay.
Ninetails is a legend. They appear when they have been beaten on the leaderboard, and they appear only to beat that person on the leaderboard, and then they disappear again. And they seem to have more time in this world than the rest of us do, because it's not just leaderboards. It's also like tycoons. If you log into pretty much any tycoon, Ninetales will be somewhere on there with the most items sold, the most money made.
Yeah,
they are an absolute Crayta machine, and it's a bit of a joke on the Discord community. Like, if someone gets to the top of a leaderboard, they'll tag Ninetales, and he'll come along and absolutely destroy it.
Man, we'll have to have a look at and see Ninetales there. I'm pretty curious to see where he is on top of these. So before we continue, I just want to explain why he didn't take the shortcut here.
Oh yeah.
And the reason is because here he's actually skipping one of the yellow bar. So behind him there's a bar that is higher, but he's not using it. He's just using this one instead. So there's like one right higher, but he's just going and jumping like this. So it's actually faster for him to do it like that.
Just go straight from there rather than do the jump. Yeah,
exactly. He's very precise.
Wow.
Oh man,
that's so impressive. Yeah.
So these are the ones that we have. It's nice to see your reaction. Like seeing a developer not being like, that was easy. Like you.
Oh god,
you could see that you were pretty impressed by the runs, and it was pretty cool to see. I like that. Vivi says Ninetales isn't on top of this leaderboard. So,
challenge shots.
Yeah, we'll have to tag him. Yeah. Vil Vallis is nice. Yeah, for sure. So some people are saying like, oh, we shouldn't have put the bar in, but that's the fun of all of these challenges, is that I think what they like is finding these little things that they can do to improve their runs. And if we would make too much rules about oh, you can't do that, that I think that would just leave the fun out of figuring out all of these things. And that's why. And maybe the creator of this challenge will look back and maybe find a way to remove that block. So it's a good way to find these kind of bugs. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like, there's always two sides to it. There's some people who like to do it the sort of correct way, and there's some people who like to find those cheats and everything like that. And it's up to the creators really if they want to sort of crack down on them, like, no, do it properly, or they're like, you know what, actually find all the cheats that you want, really. Yeah,
exactly. So Adam, thank you so much. I know you're a busy person, and you took some time here to look at some of our videos, and it's really, really appreciated. Your team created something awesome here, and thank you so much for taking your time to do everything. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the stream?
No, I mean, thank you so much for having me on. It's really cool. We, I think, I agree with a lot of people in that we definitely need more stuff like this happening in Crayta. It's really cool to see sort of community people doing stuff like this, and we'll happily support all that, particularly player tournaments. I think we've got some really good games that would be really nice for it. And if you ever want to do more of these in the future, we can happily recommend some for you, or get our community involved as well with you. I think they'd love that.
That would be awesome. Maybe we can get some good suggestions out of you and get some cool runs out there.
But thank you all so much for enjoying Crayta. I'm sure the creators will love to see this. I know Ekrok was really chuffed to see that you'd chosen his game to do this, and it'd be really, really cool.
Awesome. All right, guys. So thank you so much, and keep a lookout for the finals, where it should be on August 27th. We're doing some final little things on there, but we should have the information soonish. Not sure when, but we'll get them to you. So have a good one, and and see you next time. Bye, everyone.